The shot heard around the world, well, maybe the shot heard around Rochester, New York. Luke Melodona at the buzzer from beyond half court to defeat Webster Thomas 55-53. It's our top play of the show and the number 8 play on SportsCenter the very next morning.
They made it the highlight reel everyone wants to make, but we are here right now, coming up on Section 5 Live. Welcome into our second edition of Section 5 Live. For AJ Feldman, I am Alexa Ross.
Here on Section 5 Live, if you don't know, we'll take a look at the week that was in Section 5 sports, highlighting the best players, games, stories, and much, much more in this one-of-a-kind look at local high school sports.
And as a refresher, we'll let you know who you should be keeping an eye on and what matchups we've got our eyes on coming up in the upcoming days.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, as we just saw, the Irondequoit boys have not only been making flashy plays, they have been winning games.
They are on a 12-game winning streak, which is just incredible to see. These guys are on fire. They haven't lost since December, and they have some big wins. Rush Henrietta, Eastridge, Webster Thomas, Sutherland.
They are just playing their best basketball coming up to the postseason. That Eastridge game a couple weeks ago, they just controlled that rivalry game basically from start to finish. And that was just an intense environment. They're going to have more environments like that in the playoffs, in the postseason, hopefully deep into the sectional playoffs. They are a team to watch for sure.
Absolutely. But now we move from high school hoops to college. Rochester is a hotbed for Division I basketball talent, and that's not just guys who make rosters. These are guys who become stars. One of them is Quintin Rose. He's a record setter, and he has legit pro aspirations on the horizon. His name is synonymous with 21st century Temple basketball.
Number 1, Quintin Rose!
And his story begins right here in Rochester. Quintin Rose graduated from Bishop Kearney in 2016 as a 4-star recruit and made an immediate impact for the Owls.
Guys saw that, I saw success early, so, it makes it much more easier to lead because, if they see that I did something good, they're just going to be like, all right, well, maybe that's the way to go.
4 years later, the 6'8" shooting guard is a captain, making a name for himself nationally as the American Athletic Conference's all-time leading scorer.
When I see stuff like that, I just think back to times where I'm in the gym, nights before the game, early mornings, late nights, and just right after practice, before practice. And I just appreciate it, and I'm thankful that I did it.
Rose is well on his way to making program history. Soon he'll be the 4th player ever to have more than 1,500 points, 500 rebounds, 300 assists, and 200 steals. And if anyone knows what Rose is capable of, it's his head coach, Aaron McKee. The Temple Hoops legend was selected in the first round of the 1994 NBA draft and played 13 seasons in the league.
Coach McKee's played at the highest level, and he's done all the things that me and my teammates want to do. He's just providing us the blueprint to be successful on the court, off the court.
That success is a part of a much greater Rochester basketball tradition, complete with guys like Thomas Bryant of the Washington Wizards, Neziah Carter and Isaiah Stewart of the University of Washington, Anthony Lamb of Vermont, and more.
I've been playing with Thomas since the 3rd grade. Me, Nas, Anthony, we all worked out together the whole way of high school basically. So it means a lot that our hard work's finally showing off, and it's good to see the rest of those guys being successful as well, because we were all putting in the work together.
What would it mean to play against them in the NBA?
It would mean everything. I would love to do that. Those guys are some of my closest friends, and that would just be fun.
The fun begins as Temple fights for a spot in their 2nd consecutive NCAA tournament this March, and after graduation, Rose will wait to see if his name is called at the NBA draft in June. His head coach told me that if he stays out of his head and keeps having fun, he definitely has a shot at that coming up this summer.
Yeah, Thomas Bryant already in the NBA, and, just in our sports office alone on that whiteboard, there are so many guys right now playing at the big, high Division I level at some major programs, and it's just great to see Rochester really make a name for itself on the national stage.
Absolutely, and he's a huge inspiration for his little brother Miles, who's a sophomore at Kearney right now. They talk about games all the time and how Miles can get there too, and if you want to hear more from Quintin on all of that and more, I have a full sit-down with him on RochesterFirst.com. But each week, AJ and I will pick a team of the week for boys and girls basketball based on who's been making some headlines recently. So I'm going to start with you, AJ. Who is your boys team of the week?
They've been making headlines recently, that's for sure, but the entire season long, it's the Victor boys basketball team, the only undefeated team right now in Section 5 play. In fact, there are only 6 undefeated teams in the state of New York right now, and they are just chugging along this season. On Saturday, they took down Rush Henrietta 61-58 in a game that wasn't really as close as the score indicated. Great three-point shooting by the Blue Devils this season, and in that game, look at the big man right there, Connor Williams. Even he can shoot it from long range. They are just flush with three-point shooters. And on earlier this week, a 63-52 win over Pittsburgh Mendon. They entered 12-5. Blue Devils, they are just a really deep team, really strong. They can go like 9 players deep. That'll be big come section playoff time. Matt Caggiano with point guard, as you see right there. He is a smart player with the ball, always makes the right play. And they are just going to be a really interesting team to watch as, who knows, they go undefeated into the postseason. You never know what's going to happen with them.
You never know. It's almost madness. But Red Jacket is my team of the week. They may be a small school, but they sure do not play like one. They have only 1 loss on the year. They're sitting pretty on top of Class C1. They are a perfect 13-0 in league play. They defeated South Seneca by double last night. 81-40 was the final, which is insane to me. Their only loss was by 3 points, and that was to York. And they're an older team, 5 seniors, 6 juniors leading them. So there's really a lot to look forward to with them. There are senior guys who know what they're doing, which is going to be huge as we move into sectional. So moving over to the girls' side of things, AJ?
I've got Wheatland Chili. That is my team of the week. They've been playing some good basketball all season as well. Currently, this week, they went 3-0 in the past week. Now, the competition wasn't the strongest, but they held their opponents in those 3 games to 25 points per game. They have been playing some tremendous defense throughout the season. 9 games throughout the year, they've held their opponents to less than 30 points. They are just a lockdown defensively team. And then the week before that, 2 major wins. They gave North Star their only loss of the season with a convincing victory, holding them to under 30 points. And then Byron Burge, in just their 3rd loss of the season, they handed them a 50-49 victory. Jenna Lemire is averaging just under 25 points per game, 10 rebounds. And they don't have a very deep team, only 6 players on their roster. So with the players they have, they certainly are playing well this season.
That's awesome. And it's a strong choice for sure, but I'm going to have to go with the team of the week, Bishop Kearney. They are incredible. They played the biggest girls game all season last night. They handed Penfield their first Section 5 loss of the year, 56-44, and they advanced to 15-3 on the season. They overcame a 10-point deficit to do that. They held the Patriots to 13 points in the second half. They can get it done, scoring, their defense strong. And when they were tied at 39, they went on a 13-0 run. These girls were on fire. 4 girls scored in double digits, including Taylor Norris. She had a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds. You talked to some of the captains earlier today. What was their take on the season and last night especially?
Yeah, you know, they're playing some of their best moments in big games. Like you said, Penfield, they beat Mercy earlier in the week. And it's a very experienced team. They've gone on 2 state runs over the past 2 seasons. They have no seniors. So not only are they experienced, they still have a lot of room to grow. They're gunning for, you know, the state tournament and beyond this season. So certainly a team to watch. And like you said yesterday, that was the battle of the season in the regular season. Probably going to meet again in the postseason as well.
I hope to see it. But you know what? We're going to move from the court to the ice. And all season long, we've been looking who can beat Victor.
And earlier this week, we might have found an answer. The Penfield hockey team, they took down the Blue Devils 4-3, making them an easy choice for our team of the week. Their only Section 5 loss they handed Victor of the season. A fast start was key for Penfield. They scored twice in the first 4 minutes, 3 times in the first period. Diverse scoring attack. 4 players lit the lamp, with Brandon Holmes getting the win in net.
Also this week, they took care of Webster Schrader 4-1 on Sunday during senior night, which is huge. They're 11-5-3 on the season on a 3-game winning streak. They have a balanced scoring attack. Jake Fox leads the team with 9 goals. He's following Nathan Audie with 8. 3 players have 7. Holmes so strong in net. He has 1.62 goals that he's letting up on average. So you know what? I think they're going to be, maybe they can take them down again.
Good offense, good defense, good goaltending. It's a good formula to have in the postseason.
Absolutely.
Well, as we go from that to going from hockey to baseball, a baseball story in the middle of the winter is what we got for you next. You know, there's a lot of bad stories coming up lately in Houston Astros. That was a rough performance at the press conference. But now we bring you a good one. Anytime a local player gets drafted, it's a point of pride for the community. Canandaigua has had 2 recently. Adam Scott drafted in 2018 and Tanner Cooper drafted in 2019.
And not only has Cooper been a role model for the baseball team, he's starting to make an impact in other ways by beginning a different career this offseason.
When Tanner Cooper got the call that he was going to be drafted by the Cincinnati Reds, it was one of the best moments of his life.
It was a special day for me. You know, every kid playing Little League dreams of getting drafted and playing professional baseball. This
offseason, he started to answer another calling as he begins his teaching career by substituting at Canandaigua Middle School.
The reason I wanted to get into teaching was to impact people's lives, and I think a great way to do that is by teaching.
In college, he was working to become a teacher before being drafted and has always had a knack for helping others.
You know, even in high school, he was very mature, good leadership. He always worked well with his teammates and with kids. We run a lot of youth clinics in the community. It seemed natural for him.
As a professional baseball player, Cooper has always been a role model on the diamond, but now as a substitute teacher, he gets to make an impact in the halls of the middle school.
I think it's a great opportunity for us to have someone come back and be a role model, and those few days that he's been able to sub have really made a difference for our kids because they get to see, you know, someone who lived it and lived it at their school.
Cooper says it means more being able to teach at his old school than somewhere else, and it comes with some fun perks, like having your younger sister in your class.
Her and all her friends, I know them as the talkative, outgoing people that I see them as when they're at my house. You know, I had them in class and they were all great kids, and it was a cool experience.
Cooper will head to Arizona in early March to begin Reds training camp. That'll be exciting for him. They're still figuring out, as with all minor league prospects, where he's going to be this season. And earlier, you know, throughout his college career, he was kind of a two-way player, pitching and hitting, you know, kind of the Shohei Ohtani model that we've seen recently. But now he's just focusing on pitching, and he says it's actually a lot easier now that he just gets to focus on one thing. So he also had a lot of free time on his hands to start his teaching career.
I can't get over the fact that he had his little sister in his class. I can't even, if I had to teach my little sister, I wouldn't know what to do with myself, and she probably wouldn't listen to me at all.
Throw her in detention, maybe?
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and the communications director that we saw there in that interview as well, Caroline Chapman, he or she was his 7th grade social studies teacher, and she says that same sort of personality, always looking to help others and things like that. So good guy, and we look forward to the best for him in the Cincinnati Reds organization.
Absolutely, we look forward to seeing him coming up. But speaking of coming up, we have a full slate of hoops this weekend in Round Ball Roundup. My game to watch this weekend is men and girls at Brockport. The 15-3 Vikings are heading out west for a matchup against the 14-4 Blue Devils. In the Class A standings, Mendon is sitting in 2nd, Brockport is in 3rd. The winner of tomorrow night's game could easily shake up the sectional seeding in a big way.
And my game of the week, Pembroke versus Byron Burgeon. As you see right there, only 4 losses combined between those two teams. They met up earlier this season. A great game, Pembroke getting the win 53-48. Those Dragons currently riding a 10-game winning streak. Byron Burgeon 4 games in a row on top as well. Those teams right at the top of the C1 standings, Dragons at 1 and the Bees at 3. Great lineup of games for you tomorrow night that we'll be sure to have for you on Round Ball Roundup.
And be sure to check out our website. This week's Section 5 Best coming up tonight at 11 and 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Round Ball Roundup.
Tomorrow night, Round Ball Roundup. Unlike last week, it does not look like we will have a snowed out Round Ball Roundup. So Friday night, great basketball for you. A lot of games planned.
That will do it for this week's Section 5 Live. For AJ Feldman, I am Alexa Ross, and we will see you next time.